Okay, here we go. My name is Tony DePalma. I've been on the ketogenic diet for a year now. I've been in ketosis, active ketosis with blood ketones anywhere from 1.5 to 5.7, I read the other night. And that's not dangerous. You have to be up around 8 or 9 to be dangerous. And 5.7 actually is the highest I've ever been. But I've been in ketosis for a year now, and I've lost 97 pounds. And I have a lot to say about diet. And the reason I have a lot to say about it is because we've all been fed a big lie. Just like we're fed lies in the political establishment and the ruling class and the lobbyists and all the things. I could go on and on about all that. I don't necessarily believe in conspiracy theories. I would never ever think that Lee Harvey Oswald, it wasn't the sole killer of John F. K., but JFK. You come up with all kinds of crazy stuff that people say that, this one killed him, the CIA killed him. Oliver Stone comes out with his movie, and Jesse Ventura believes it, and all that. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. But there's a lot to be said when you get to diet. And there's a libertarian guy, I call him the libertarian of diet, Gary Tubbs, Taubes. You can find him anywhere on Google. He's done a lot of research on diet because he liked to research junk science, and somebody told him to check on nutrition. And so he did. And basically what he found was that we've all been fed a lie, especially since the 1950s when the McGovern Commission came out with the food groups, and they declared that everything was due to fat. And high fat caused you heart attacks and all that crazy stuff. It's all baloney. It's just not true. Fat does not make you fat. I first read that in Barry Sears' book, The Zone. Dietary fat does not make you fat. What makes you fat is sugar. Sugar is evil. They say it's like cocaine, it's so addictive. Well, our whole culture is addicted to it. You can't go anywhere. If I go out to eat somewhere and I want to get something to eat, I have to be specific about what I want. And then you're not really sure because I'm a chef myself, and people throw sugar and stuff, and food is corrupted. It's bad. I don't trust people when I go out to eat. That's why I do most of my eating at home. And, since I've been doing this, I don't feel like I'm ever going to have to worry about my weight again. And I didn't used to feel that way. I used to go on a diet, and then I'd gain it back, and I'd hit that cycle, the addiction cycle. You go on and on and on, and you do okay for a while, and you're exercising, and you're doing great, and you lose weight and all that, and then somehow you just get off of it. Well, now that I've been in ketosis for over a year, almost a year, I don't feel like I'm ever going to come out of ketosis. I feel like I'm going to always stay in ketosis and never have to worry about Alzheimer's or cancer or any of that stuff. None of that's going to come around. Well, a little background on ketosis, if you really want to know how ketosis started. It's a guy named William Banter in the 1860s. And I have friends that are South African, and they swear by, they call it banting in South Africa. And they've even got restaurants that feed you the food, and they're really into it. The culture's into it. And William Banter went to his doctor, and he told him to take up rowing. Exercise a lot, you'll be all right. Well, the bottom line is that exercise alone won't take weight off you. If you're in a ketogenic state and you're exercising, yes, it helps. But if you're like me, you're addicted to sugar, you can't get away from it, then there's no way for you to take weight off just exercising. Well, his doctor told him to take up rowing. So he tried and tried and tried. And somebody told him to start eating less sugar, less carbohydrates, and he started doing what we know as today as the ketogenic diet. And the rest is all history. Now, I use a thing called Bulletproof. Dave Asprey's a guy that lost 100 pounds. He did not exercise. He ate 5,000 calories a day, mostly fat. He lost 100 pounds. It's documented. It's true. Dave Asprey, bulletproof.com. he's into all this stuff about toxins in the coffee and all that. I'm not so sure that that's so bad anymore. So I just use regular K-cups of coffee. I make 3 cups every morning, put 4 ounces of grass-fed butter in there, a cap full of MCT oil. He has this thing called Brain Octane. It costs twice as much. I buy MCT on Amazon. It works fine. I blend it in the blender. I have those 3 cups of coffee. Sometimes I have a 4th. Put a little bit of butter in that too. Every morning I have that, and it usually sustains me. Today I didn't eat for 8 more hours, and all I had tonight was a little bit of whipped cream and a little bit more oil and a few strawberries. So, and to be honest with you, now that I'm in ketosis so long, I can go as high as 80 to 100, 80 to 100 grams of carbohydrates every day. It's not a problem for me. This thing's